futhi kuningi umonakalo eziwenzayo lapha emadolobheni nasey'ndaweni zamakhosi. Makhosi eNdlunkulu indaba yabaprofeti abagcwele ey'ndaweni zamakhosi nabagcwele emadolobheni iwumonakalo omkhulu ekusaseni lesizwe nakwi-future yesifundazwe. Isibalo sabo nathi asisazi ukuthi bangaki. Ngicele nje laba abakwa-Home Affairs kulo mhlangano esizoba nawo kuyo le nyanga usuku sengumlibele khona umkhandlu obizwa ukuthi umkhandlu olwisana nobugebengu ukuthi ake bezosithulela ukuthi ucwaningo labo luveze bangaki abantu bokufika abagcwele lapha abangene ngokungekho emthethweni. Baningi kakhulu bagcwele yonke indawo. Mabefika into yokuqala bayenzile bafike bathatha wonke amathuba omsebenzi. Kuyake kube khona abayebekhuluma ukuthi hayi vele abantu bebevele bengawo bebengazenzi leyo zinto ukuthi nawo ugunde emakhaya bevele sifunda abantu bakithi nje na. Kodwa sekuyibona abagundayo manje. Ngisho la kupaka khona imoto ibona sebebiza imoto bayipaka. Sebefunde ukuthi impilo yethu awusakwazi nokubezwa abanye ukuthi ngempela akubona la. Angikhulumi ngamabhizinisi. Ipasa shop zonke nje endaweni zamakhosi zigcwele abantu bokufika. Futhi abadayisi kuphela ukudla lokudayiswa ithina masithi ipasa shop. Badayisa idakamizwa. Kama uthi idakamizwa seyisiwe nje maloshini zehla zawo bakhona nje endaweni zamakhosi. Manje inselelo lena engibona ukuthi ibhekene nathi sonke futhi idinga ukuba sisheshe sisukumele. Abanye abanamaphepha kodwa baphethe amabhizinisi. Abanye banamaphepha angekho emthethweni abawathola ngokugaba. Ingane ezabayiqashileke bayinikeza amakinati bakuphela inyanga. Ngaqala ukukhankaso ukungena uhulumeni ngithatha lo mnyango wezokuphepha komphakathi nokuxhumana ukubambisane namaphoyisa esifundazweni ukuhola umkhankaso.
Sanibona, ngaphambi singene kwivideo namuhla ngithi angithathe lethuba ngibonge isupport nothando nesikhombise lona lingaphezulu kokucabanga kwethu. Siyacela niqhubeke nisupport njalo ngokubuka amavideo ethu, ungakhohlwa ukucomment, ushare, ulike. Siyafisa ukuzwa umbono wakho. Sicela ke singene kwivideo namuhla.
That the laws of our country must be observed by everyone. We will not tolerate violence and acts of lawlessness directed at foreign nationals. No foreign national should be unlawfully barred from accessing public facilities, including health facilities and schools. To build a stronger South Africa, we need an ethical and capable developmental state. A capable state needs committed and honest public servants with the right skills and a deep culture of service. Over the past year, we have passed significant
Emveni kokuba uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa ekhulume lamazwi kuyisona, uJacinta Ngobese Zuma ubhale nansi post ithi, "Dear Mr. President Cyril Ramaphosa, if you ask us to respect the law, then you should respect it too. The law is clear. Illegal immigrants must be deported and only access health care for emergencies. Documented foreigners must have medical insurance and therefore go to private hospitals and only public hospitals in case of emergencies. Furthermore, You cannot send the police or anyone to assist illegal immigrants to access hospitals if not an emergency, because that will mean they are breaking the law and are aiding illegal immigrants, which is not allowed by law, unless you are asking the South African Police Service to break the law. Mr. President, we understand though that you hired them as workers and have soft spot for them. However, they must be deported as stipulated by the law. Thank you, Mr. President. Siyazi zonke ukuthi eSouth Africa siphila kwe-constitutional democracy. Okusho ukuthi siphila ngomthetho we-constitution yase-South Africa. Njengoba uJacinta esho ukuthi umthetho uclear mayelana nodaba labantu abangama-immigrants, ukuthi abangama-illegal immigrants baphula umthetho, ngakho fanele badeportwe. So angazi mina yini engaphindwa inegotiate nomuntu ongenela eSouth Africa illegally, ngoba lowo muntu loyo uphula umthetho. Ngokwenza kanjalo usenze i-crime ukungena ngokungekho semthethweni la. Then umuntu ofika ngokusemthethweni kunemithetho eshoyo ukuthi lowo muntu ufuneka enzeni, asifundeke. Under South Africa's Immigration Act, foreigners applying for temporary residence, particular study, work or visitor visas, must provide proof of medical insurance or comprehensive medical aid registered with South African Council for Medical Aid Scheme. This cover must be valid for the duration of the visa. Singakaqhubeki nje nokufunda la, sekubeke kwacaca umthetho weSouth Africa ukuthi umuntu eza la, whether uzofunda, whether uze ngokomsebenzi noma uzovakasha, kufuneka akhiphe proof ye-medical insurance futhi registered ne-South African Council for Medical Aid Scheme. Okusho ukuthi funa lo muntu abe nekhadi le-medical aid in case egula, ekwazi ukuthi asiwe eyibhedlela la azofika akhiphe khona ikhadi lakhe akhokhe. Umthetho wase-South Africa usho njalo. Ithi mayiqhubeka, key requirements and exceptions. Student and specific visas. International students must have a South African medical aid, often paid annually upfront. Exemptions. Asylum seekers, refugees, and permanent residents are legally exempted from these strict private medical aid requirements and can access public health care. Medical cover type. The insurance must be comprehensive, not just travel insurance, to comply with the Immigration Amendment Act 19 of 2004. Kusho ukuthi president efuna kwenze ngalendlela asho ngayo, kufanele ayoguqula lo mthetho we-constitution. Yona into ezomsiza kuze kwenzeke lento ayishoyo, kufanele ayoguqula lo mthetho kwi-constitution. Emveni kokuba i-Operation Dudula ngonyaka ophelile isukume iye kumakliniki ivimba abantu kwehlukahlukana kwabo, lokho kwenza ukuthi kusuka inkulumo eziningi ngisho eParliament laseliyakhulunywa udaba lakhona. iSowetan yabhala nansi article, journalist yabhala lolu daba kwaku uMichelle Banda nge-21 zika-August 2025. Isihloko sasithi non-South Africans don't qualify for entire healthcare package. Health Portfolio Committee proposes repeal of some acts. Ngithe mangiqeda kubona le article yeSowetan, ngase ngizihlupha ukuthi angiyoyifuna ngoba uthi lento yayikhulunywa kwi-Portfolio Committee. Ngase ngiyoyifuna ngenhlahla ngayithola ivideo yakhona, sizoyicaphuna ngasekugcineni. Njengoba i-ANC Youth League ike yahlangana uColin Malachi opresident we-Youth League yena ukhulume kanje ngodaba oluthinta ama-foreigners.
If I die tomorrow, will my kids be left with the country? It's a question that we must ask. Because our country currently is hijacked by illegal foreigners. All our towns, illegal foreigners have hijacked our buildings. Our borders are open. Everyone else, our health system is collapsing. Everything else is taken over by foreigners, and we are surrendering it to foreigners without fighting. We must tell the Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of Police, Minister of Defense that this country is not a country for illegal foreigners. It's a country for South Africans. And South Africans must feel free in their own country and be protected. You can go in other countries and behave how foreigners behave here. They sell drugs to the youth. They've taken over our small businesses. They do everything in their power to disposition us from our own country. And those that read the Bible, they know that if you allow foreigners to take over your land, they'll wake up one day running you. You are going to be foreigners one day in your own land. Worry about that.
Zathe senza ukuthi uColin Malachi akhulume kanje ukuthi he's on the ground. Lezi zinto akhuluma ngazo uyazi understand obuzibukela eduze. Kodwa upresident detached from ama realities aphilwa abantu base South Africa ngoba akakaza awayibona ama-queue amade eclinic, akakaze ayibone abantu abaphelelwe imithi bethi bawufuna imithi efuneka bayithola yikho emaclinic, akaze azibone ingane ezi-affectwe ngama-drugs. Zonke lezi zinto lezi uyatshelwa ngazo, akazazi kahle isizathu esenza lokho. Njengoba umongameli nje uhlala endaweni eziphezulu, ngakho kunezinto eziningi angaziboni. Yingakho ezokhuluma noma yini, yingakho ezobavikela labantu ngoba kuye ubona abantu base South Africa njengabantu abanenzondo, abangawathanda abantu abangama-foreigners, because akekho attached with ama-realities abantu base South Africa. Umehluko nje lapho sekuthenini izinto ezi-affect abantu on the ground base South Africa ababhekana nazo daily akaze experience yena. Ubugebengu obukhandwa yilabantu ukuthi labantu beba ama-cable kwesinye isikhathi kube mnyama, yonke loo nto leyo akayiboni ngoba yena la hlala khona noma kune-load shedding ayenzeki, ayibibikho yena la hlala khona. Yingakho-ke ezokhuluma nomani kodwa kuyadumaza ukuthi kungafike kube nomthetho eSouth Africa ebese yena njengomuntu ongumongameli ophethe lezwe evele njengomuntu ongawuhloniphi lowo mthetho. Ngifisa ukucaphunela le nkulumo yakhulunywa eParliament emveni kokuba i-Operation Dudula ivimbe laba abantu abavimbile abangekho la eSouth Africa kusemthethweni ukuthi kwathiwani eParliament. Ngicela uzwe la.
Now, let me then go into the second part, which is really dealing with the issues of not only Dudula, but generally speaking. When you look into the preamble of our constitution, it talks about South Africa belongs to all of those who live in it. Now, that part to be respected and that part to be acknowledged, but this part all, how many and who's all? So I'm not a lawyer, so I won't get into that. It could actually be argued. Then Section 27 of our Constitution again talks about everyone has a right to health care services, including reproductive health care. We were confronted by many stakeholders during the NHI public hearings on that part. And hence the conclusion of that part was to say, but the country will and should give emergency health services, not what will be for all South Africans a comprehensive healthcare services. So it means every citizen coming into a facility, citizen of the world, can only be afforded emergency medical services, which is probably what is binding us based on United Nations rules and all that. But the comprehensive part is that is not probably where we come in terms of support and to do that part. So I am glad that over the past few weeks, the Minister of Health has been discussing with the concerns of Tutula and other stakeholders who have brought this matter to our attention as a country. And our discussions, and also which then have come to be done by myself and the Minister of Health, is that these concerns cannot be ignored, brought in by these citizens. These concerns cannot be wished away, but maybe we should find an approach to handle them and going forward. And the discussion, therefore, going forward are, among other things, to address those issues. Fortunately, I was speaking to the minister who has just been a Minister of Home Affairs in the previous administration, and he mentioned the following, that there are certain acts that needs to be repealed, but bringing a bill into Parliament from the Home Affairs Ministry. One, a Citizens Act. I won't go into details there, but it means that part of that act talks about citizens being a very wide spectrum. I mean, South Africa is this size of a country. You can't have citizens of the world accessing services in the country the way. So that part must actually be looked into. The other two, that one was in 1993, and the Refugees Act of 1998 also needs some repeal through the bill. There's another one called Identification Acts. I don't know much about that. I was trying to speak to my Home Affairs chair this morning, as to what these acts, what is the content of these acts, but I'm just raising it because the media might go and look and see what are these acts. The last one is Immigration Act. So some of these acts are very wide and encompassing what some of the people are in their views are saying. Maybe they should actually have a bit of limitation. We would have, it's not possible for us as a country to have unlimited resources to deal with what is there in the world. But however, the engagement with Tutula and other stakeholders to say, look, while there are concerns are coming in from this background, to say, because it's true that there are sometimes clinics and hospitals where there's not enough medication, this and then, and long queues. But the other thing that makes us to say, maybe let's actually streamline the approach. If there was to be a fire in any of our informal settlements, God forbid, but we also know that every time there's another fire, this and that, most of those citizens lose their identifications, their IDs and everything. So you'd also be saying to other South Africans, you are legitimate South Africans, you don't have access into this facility unless and until you produce an ID. It doesn't matter your ID was burnt in the fire last night or last week. So in terms of that, therefore, those are things that if you engage with Tutula and other stakeholders, you then find a process to say, let's start. So it is something, because as healthcare workers, they can't just stop today. We don't take you unless you show an ID. On the basis of what I've just said, there could be as well another South African who is legitimately supposed to come in there, but the ID is not there. But number two, this part that is this person, foreign national coming in for the emergency medical services, me at the gate, I may not be able to ascertain that part. But let me end with this part. Even us as South Africans, until this NHI Act gets to be really moving, there's only two groups of South Africans who are actually getting free medical services. It's what was announced by President Nelson Mandela in 1994 in his very first State of the Nation, where he says, one, all pregnant mothers will access primary healthcare services free of charge. All children under 6 years will access primary healthcare services free of charge. And we can tell you of the huge benefits of what that has done in our country. But all of us, until we have really put all the issues that do with NHI, we still have to go to Chris Hani Polokwane and pay if we actually are able to pay and we are working, and pay for the service that we receive. But even if we have now got an NHI in place and we say it's free, it is free at the point of service. There are South Africans who will contribute to the fund and NHI, so there's nothing completely free. It is free at the point of service that will not disadvantage South Africans who will come at the point of service, but all of us will have to register, give support, and therefore be able to contribute to the fund. All that it will happen now that at the point of service, I will not have to, I'll only have to produce my ID to say we are Sibongiseni Dhlomo, yes, we are registered. Now get in there and then you get the service. So we will still have to actually do that. So you may just say NHI is coming in for free health services, yes, at the point of sale, but there are South Africans who are going to contribute through tax to make sure that we realize a universal health coverage for all of us in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair Dhlomo.
Balulekile ukuqonda ukuthi iSouth Africa isukaphi ukuze ibe kule democracy kuyo. Ngesikhathi se-apartheid bekuhlukanisa indawo lapho khona abantu abathize bebengavumelekanga kweindaweni ezithize. Khona indawo ezazigcinelwe noma kwakufanele kuzobe zingaza abamhlophe bodwa zibhalwe whites only, kube khona indawo zabantu abamnyama kuthiwa blacks only. Uma-ke sebebhala i-constitution sekususwa lo kwehlukana, yingakho kusenza igama elithi all. Uma-ke wena uzothatha ukuthi kuthiwa South Africa belongs to all, ebese uyithatha lo nkulumo injalo, uzoba nenkinga ngoba kukhona ne-Immigration Act. Ukube beku all kuphela ukuthi kubalwa nabantu abangama-immigrants lapho, bese ngeke isidingo sokuthi kube khona i-Immigration Act elawula ukuthi abantu abangabokufika funeka benze njani, baphile kanjani, yimiphi imithetho ebekelwe bona. Uma ngabe kuyiwa ngo-all, kuthiwa South Africa belongs to all, uma nje uya ngaleyo nkulumo leyo. So kubalulekile ukuqonda ukuthi iSouth Africa isuka kuphi. Angiyibambe le video le, kodwa bengithi angikulethele nje yona uzwe ukuthi kuthiwani. Mina nawe bese sidibana kwivideo elandelayo. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.